You ever see that stuff that be when it get cold, that ice that you can't see? That's how shit happens sometimes. Yeah, black ice. Now you know and I know.
Us as artists and us as older but younger black men and us as you know what I'm saying, just individuals do have a moral obligation and a responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to all of you, because my inspiration for music is coming to the realization of some things, and when I realized that also the majority of my people don't have a clue about a lot of things that's going on in this world. Like, this is a sheltered environment, and your educational structure has been laid out for you, understand what I'm saying? So to a certain extent, a book is still limited knowledge because it only has so many pages. And it is someone else's interpretation. And you're going to have to live, understand what I'm saying? And a lot of parents, what our obligation and our responsibility is to be honest. Now, we have to let y'all know that, of course, yeah, we want to be positive, and we want to give y'all some type of hope and some type of faith and belief in something, you know what I'm saying, to keep on striving, to keep on making it, you know. But we also have to let y'all know that we still human too. And we still got mountains that we got to climb. That don't mean we can't sit up here and talk about what we've already overcome. Understand what I'm saying? So y'all need to know that nothing is perfect and nothing is guaranteed, you know. It's just all about, we want to be like respected for our effort, you know what I'm saying? At least we come up here and try, you know what I'm saying? You know, without y'all, there could be no us. So how can we sit up and say we're too tired, or, you know what I'm saying, we can't come up in here and do it for no money, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no future without the younger generation, understand what I'm saying? But we have to give y'all some type of alternative, and I know that the music is very influential, you know what I'm saying? If it can change the way you dress and the way you talk, then it can change the way you live, understand what I'm saying? So if music is directing you in a negative direction, then our whole lives are going to be negative, understand what I'm saying? And our whole existence is going to be negative. But without no negativity, there can't be no positivity. So you have to learn from those downs. Understand what I'm saying? You need negative to be positive. So without going through anything, we couldn't tell y'all nothing. So don't think that we just accumulated some type of knowledge and we all smart. I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? And I educated myself through music. But that was a sacrifice that I had to make. Like I said about my family position, you know, so I just really had no choice, and that I just had to put all my faith and all my effort into one thing, you know what I'm saying? And that one thing educated me about life, you know what I'm saying? And it educated me about just living and having direction and having a goal, and the Lord has really blessed me, you know what I'm saying? And as far as us, we need some spiritual guidance in our lives, and that should be our foundation and our strength when you get weak. Now, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me that they would want to take prayer out of school. Understand what I'm saying? What difference do it make who you pray to and when you pray? You know what I'm saying? Of course you want to bless your food. You want to give thanks to the Lord for even waking up this morning, for even having something to eat. Understand what I'm saying? So keep God in your life, you know, and that's my responsibility to tell y'all that, because I know. And regardless of how much I know, if y'all don't know it, then it don't make no difference, you know what I'm saying? And I'm held accountable. Because y'all excuses that y'all didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So if you die in the wrong and never knew, you know what I'm saying, then fine, okay, fine. You just didn't know, but I'm responsible for y'all lives to a certain extent. I have to tell y'all, you know, I have to. Because this, you know what I'm saying, this is my life also. And this is the sacrifice that I want to make, and what my brothers up here want to make for y'all, for our people, you know what I'm saying? And realize that we are one. And we ain't nothing without each other.
That's right, that's right. Do we have any questions out there? Goodie Mob? Any questions? If you can go back in time, what would you change?
Nothing. I won't change a thing. I'm saying a whole lot. If you could say you can go back and make something easier, then you might have been weakened in the situation, you know what I'm saying? I didn't take my mother passing away as something weak, or it didn't make me weak, it made me strong. It made me realize that I got to stand up now, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just couldn't question the Lord's will. So everything that I've been through is for a reason. It's, like I said earlier, there's no coincidence that I am who I am today, and that we've been chosen to speak and do music, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to tell y'all nothing if I didn't go through any of the things that I went through. So Nah, I wouldn't change nothing in my life.
Any other questions out there for Goodie Mob?
Do you think that having money has changed the way you act towards other people you know that's working for you?
See, first of all, baby, I'm a long way from being rich, you know what I'm saying? I'm hurt, so I'm still grinding, I'm still trying to get mine, I'm trying to get where y'all think I'm at, you know what I'm saying? So it hasn't changed me at all, you know, I still hang with my cousins, I still stay at home with my mom and dad just like all y'all do, so ain't nothing changed. Yeah, I got a question for y'all though. Who all out there rap? Who wanna be a rapper? Who wanna do something? I've been thinking that Buddy got a star face on. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, see, wanna come on up here? Well, oh, my fault.
In a minute, we're gonna hear y'all flow. Just for a minute, all right? Let's get to the album. Let's get to the album with Soul Food. I mean, guess who? That song is like really deep. It's really inspirational. What inspired you all to do that song? Guess who?
Guess who was, I think, like the foundation of our standing and what we choose to, you know what I'm saying, speak on and choose to be positive. It's our mothers and our families, you know what I'm saying? Just that I knew that, and I can speak for my crew, that we didn't have any like moral support from family members and things like that because they didn't really understand the sacrifice that had to be made in order to do music. That's something that you have to devote all your time and your life to, you know. But I did not want to come back to her in disrespect and saying, okay, this is all those nights that I went to the studio, this is what I made, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about disrespect to women and killing and doing drugs and stuff like that. I just didn't, it was just basically out of respect for her, you understand what I'm saying? And for my family, and then out of respect for myself because, you know, when you speak, I mean, of course we've all been through a number of things, but when you put those type of images in your music, that's just like putting the weight of your life on somebody else's shoulders who doesn't even have the opportunity and the blessing to be rapping like you doing, you know what I'm saying? So to a certain extent, you keep recycling what you went through somebody else, you know, then if that's gonna be your persona and your artistry is to be a killer or whether that's the type of role you wanna act out, then you have to be that killer every day, you know what I'm saying? That might not be you, but that's what, you know what I'm saying, people know you as, so you don't want to be called out fake, you understand what I'm saying? But that's what Guess Who was about, man. It's just a respect song, and it's saying Guess Who because we forget, you know, a lot of brothers, and I know some of the fellas out here in single parent households or whatever. I grew up like that, and sometimes in my life I made that my excuse to get in trouble. When I ain't had no dad, I ain't had no daddy, you know what I'm saying? But I probably wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for my mama, so why not thank her for that, you know what I'm saying? Why not thank her for staying, you know? So, you know what I'm saying? I always respect your mom.
Yeah. See, I noticed also in the song, I Didn't Ask to Come, you guys talk about King Bean. Can you guys please tell everybody who is King Bean? Who is this person you all are talking about throughout the album?
Bean. I tell you, you know what I'm saying, I was one of the closest, one of the most purest homeboys I had, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna come across too many friends throughout your lifetime, so cherish the ones you got, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there might come to you and say they're your friend, but you know the real. You know what I'm saying? Bean was the real. That's why I recognize him now as a king, you know what I'm saying? He gone. You know, he left his mark upon me and upon all his fellow friends and comrades throughout the neighborhood. So, you know what I'm saying? We gave him that title, king, you know what I'm saying, after he passed on the basketball court. He ain't passed to no violent death. You know, didn't nobody shoot him or take his life. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was just ready for him to come home. And so, you know, we just recognize him as a king. That's right.
You ever see that stuff to be when it get cold, that ice that you can't see? That's how shit happens sometimes.